Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. My name is Mike Tomorrow, and I figured that this episode is going to be talked about noise, sound, music, songs. You know what I mean. They're all basically one category, but they're not. But hey, in this case, they are one category and they are one episode, and they're going to be all covered in one video. Now, no matter where you go, there is going to be sound. There's going to be noise. Like right now, me talking. That's a noise, isn't it? That's a sound, isn't it? No matter where you go in life, there's always going to be noise and sound. No matter what corner you turn, no matter what job you have, no matter what goes on, you're always going to have sound or noise and music, and you can't control that. But how do we deal with noise and music? Now, let me give you an example of what I've been going through at work. This past week, I was placed upstairs in our restaurant. Our restaurant has 2 floors. In the first floor is arcade games. Okay? So I was working upstairs. I was talking to another coworker at the time. And one of the guests plays Guitar Hero, which is a game that you can play the guitar at a concert and simulates that. And you try to do their songs, you know what I mean? Now, one of the songs, I don't know the name of it. I wish I did, so I would tell you. So, anyways, I wish I knew the name. So, anyways, I was trying to talk, and then this song comes on, and it was like, okay, I can't hear you no more. So it was like I had to cover my ears, and I did that at least twice uh, throughout that song. I covered my ears at least twice. It was too loud. They don't care. They love having loud sounds, loud music, loud noises to annoy us. I know that you can't do anything about it. I know sound can sometimes be annoying, but that's the way life goes. You know? You have to deal with sound. Like if you hear a police siren, you know, you can't do anything about it because they have to let the other cars know that they're coming on the way to an emergency. Same thing about fire trucks and ambulances. You have to let them go. You have to let them do their sound. There's nothing you can do about it to control it. I know it's annoying, but you have to, you know? So, anyways, for us that are Asperger's and autistic and anybody else that's on the spectrum, we can't deal with loud, sensitive noise like that. We're sensitive to noise. We can't deal with a lot of noise. But yet, it's okay for them to always put me upstairs, bussing, cleaning tables, and deal with that noise and deal with all those guests at the same time. It's annoying. Why do they do that to me? Do they know that I cannot deal with the noise? Do they know that I'm sensitive to noise? Do they know I'm sensitive to stress? When it gets busy, I can't deal with it because the guests are too loud. Because there's so many of them. And their voices echo into the building. You know? It's hard. And I have to deal with that. Why is the company that I work for trying to make me deaf? You know? With all their loud music, the games, like Guitar Hero. I think they turned up the volume on the songs. so that they can make us stuff. And then you have the basketball game that originally did not have sound, but a few months ago, someone did turn on the sound, and you have to hear all these whistles and all these noises, this voice, it's really annoying to hear that. And it's too loud for me. I'm sorry to say it, but how can I work in an environment like that? It's too damn loud. And I'm sorry for saying that, but that's the truth. You have to know the truth. So, anyways, let me give you another example. You know Zeb and Justin from The Amazing Race, right? Well, anyways, they were racing through Calcutta, India, and it was they hit a roadblock task. Well, all the teams did, but a roadblock is where one of the two does the task. Now, Zev could not do the task because he was stressed out by all the noise and all the people that was there. Because, well, he has Asperger's too. But, he could not do the task because it was stressing him out because of the crowds and the noise and all that. So Justin had to do that for him. Now, Justin understood that Zev could not do that task. Now, let me put that in perspective to my work. I try to tell the coordinators that I can't deal with this because of the crowds and all the noise and all that. But you know what happened? Let me give you the other example first. Let me go back to that first example. So I came back from break, got the assignment. I had to go back upstairs, right? I explained it to the coordinator that I didn't feel comfortable going upstairs, because it was too loud and too noisy, and you have to go upstairs. Do they not understand that I just came from upstairs and I just worked upstairs? It's very hard. Well, anyways, the coordinator came upstairs anyways and set me on downstairs for the rest of the time, so it wasn't that bad. And then when I saw the coordinator again later on in the shift, I told the coordinator that I was sorry and all that for being stressed out earlier, and it was just because of the noise that I couldn't deal with it anymore upstairs, But these coordinators that we have at work don't understand. The managers don't understand that I am sensitive to noise. I am sensitive to busyness. I'm sensitive to guests, They don't understand that we autistic people or Aspies really cannot work with a lot of noise. I know some people are okay with it, some people are not, But they don't care. They want these games that we have in the arcade to be loud. They want these games to be annoying so they can try and make us deaf. You know? One of these days, I'm probably going to have to go to an ear doctor or a hearing doctor just to have my hearing tested so that, you know, it's going to be their fault if I get deaf, Not mine, theirs. If it happens at work, it's going to be their fault. So I hope they're ready for it. Anyways, I know it's been hard. Noise is a stress builder, okay? It's very stressful when you have to deal with a lot of noise. The other thing is, you have babies crying and young children crying and all these adults that are these parents that are yelling at their children. Come on now. Why do you need to yell so loud that people like me that are working at another table or doing trash or something can hear you? You know, you don't need to be that way with your children in public. You know what I mean? Because if you yell at your kids, you're gonna you annoy other people that are trying to eat, and you make attention to yourself because we're looking at you. You just yelled at your kid and we can hear you. You know? You know what I mean? I know like it's public setting, but still, you don't yell at your child like that. You know? And I know and us autistic people, Aspies, we hear a noise or we hear someone yelling and we look to see who was doing it. I know it's none of our business, but we cannot help ourselves. We cannot control that. It's very hard for us to control that. We don't know when to look and not to look. Sometimes it's hard for us to figure out when it's okay to look and when it's not okay to look. I feel sorry for the kids that get yelled at by those parents. But at the same time, we need to pay attention at work and none of our business. But still. So, anyways, now let me give you another example. Now, this is a non-work example, but I'll tell you. I went to see the B-52s back in October. Now, I felt that their music was a little bit too loud as well, but I was okay being there because I enjoy the B-52s and I chose to be there. Whereas the other example that I gave you earlier in the episode, I didn't choose to be there, they put me there. So there's another difference. Like, you have to deal with the noise when you work. Whereas you had the choice of whether you wanted to deal with the noise or not at the concert. You know? Now, I wish that Disney would allow us to wear earplugs when we work. But I know they're never going to allow us to do that. And they're going to have us hearing kaboom, 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 boom, 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 boom. They want us to hear the boom, 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 boom of the daily life. That is real annoying. I just wish that my employers would allow me to wear earplugs, that are invisible so that I could have less of the noise. But they want me to not wear the earplugs. I wish I could get earplugs from someplace, and then just wear them like have invisible earplugs. But they're probably not gonna let me. I know that for a fact they're not gonna let me, and if they catch me wearing those, they'll be like, "Mike, take them out of your ears. That's not Disney look," or you know what I mean? It's hard, but they just don't care. They want you to experience the loud noises at work. It's just been very. Noise can cause stressfulness in a working environment, in addition to your managers or your coworkers. You know, noise gets me, and nobody cares that noise can get somebody. I know that noise is everywhere in life and you can't control it, but you gotta control it at least some of the time. Can't they turn down the video games? They're probably not going to, because they want the most experience for the guests. Can they turn down the Toy Story music that they put on in the background? Probably not, because they want the guests to hear those three songs over and over and over again. Can they turn down the music over the Muppets Theater, which is across the street from Pizza Planet? Probably not. They could, but they're probably not going to, because they want the guests to hear the Muppets sing, you know? Disney does not care about how loud things are. And they don't care about how sensitive to noise guests are or their workers are. You know, it's real annoying and they don't care. I just wish that somebody that's watching this is a Disney worker and can understand what I'm going through. Or someone who has Asperger's can understand what I'm going through, you know? It's very stressful. Noise can be stressful. I said that already. Noise, I know that noise is going to be there. And nobody wants to help me. I'm trying to get out of my Pizza Planet job. And that's been real hard for me. And nobody cares. I told the managers back in July because of one of the reasons why I wanted to leave was because of the noise. Do they care? No. Do the coordinators care that you don't care? Do the coordinators care that you can't handle the noise? No. They don't. There's some people that do, and there are some people that don't. You know? Give me a break. It's like turn on the volume. It's real annoying. And you make us listen to the same old songs all the time, especially on Guitar Hero, where the guest gets to pick out the songs and you have to deal with it. Like they play Paint It Black and you have to deal with it and you have to listen to it while working and wiping the tables. Come on now. What is this? You know? This is one of the reasons why victory is never mine. So, just do me a favor. If you're watching this and you're an employer of mine at Disney, please do me a favor. Please get the songs turned down at work, you know? Or help me out so that I feel comfortable working where I am, where it's a little bit quieter. But, anyways, I'm going to close out this episode. I hope you do enjoy watching this, and hopefully you'll understand how we deal with noise. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode and have a wonderful night, everybody. Goodbye.